Welcome, Underrated 3.0. I am joined by my co-hosts,
Easton.
Carter.
I'm Will Reynolds, and today we're just going to jump right into it. We're talking about the championship before the Super Bowl that's still really big in football. We're talking about the national championship. It was played on Monday night between LSU and Clemson. And obviously, if you're seeing this now, LSU won, and there's a lot to unpack here. Let's just get started with the game. Let's talk about the game.
Well, the game, if we're talking about a good game, in the first half, it was a good game. Second half, I think LSU just kind of took over. Joe Burrow just started dominating. Trevor Lawrence, he didn't play that well, but I think my takeaway, this is good for Trevor Lawrence and Clemson, especially Lawrence, because he's never lost in college. So now he's gonna be hungrier. He's gonna be humble. He's gonna taste defeat for the first time, which will hopefully drive him to become better.
Here's what I think about Trevor Lawrence. Like, if you watch the film, unless the guy was like wide open, could not make the throw.
He didn't play very well.
The only thing I really thought he did good in that game was he was very physical. He was like diving. He wasn't just sliding and avoiding it. He was one in that game that.
I feel like this game means the most for Trevor Lawrence because I feel like if he won this game, he would have gone straight to the draft. But I feel like since he didn't win, he has a lot to prove.
He can't. He's only sophomore.
I feel like he's definitely gonna come back for more. I forgot. It's hard to tell how old he is because he's so good.
Yeah. No judgment.
Well, Trevor Lawrence, you gotta think how good those LSU corners are, man. That freshman Stingley is like probably the second best corner in the nation. And then they had Fulton that was locking up T. Higgins, dude. Oh my gosh, he couldn't find his receivers because LSU's DBs are so good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like what they should have done, like they have Travis Etienne, man. Like LSU has a terrible run, like not terrible, but not a good run defense. So I feel like they could have gashed them up the middle because Clemson has a great O line, and so does LSU. But Clemson great O line. I feel like the run game could help them possibly win.
I feel like the one thing we haven't really talked about yet. Well, we haven't because this is very important. There's no getting to it. Joe Burrow is just incredible. He had 6 touchdowns that game.
5 passing, 1 rushing.
Yeah, a rushing touchdown. And he broke the record in that game and went over the record for most single-season touchdowns.
Well, he broke records of most touchdowns ever by a player, most passing touchdowns. I think he's second. Most playoff touchdowns. He was second in completion percentage all time for a season. Probably the best college season by a player ever, in my opinion.
For real, I feel like Joe Burrow is just
beat
incredible.
7 top 10 teams, by the way.
I don't know if you could say one of the best seasons, but
it's
top 10. But I don't think
his stat line was incredible.
Yeah.
I don't have the numbers.
Accomplishments, it's definitely top 2.
Okay, I agree with that, but I don't think I still agree.
I mean, LSU, I don't think they're going to be good next year because a lot of people are leaving.
Yeah.
So the people that are talking about a college football LSU dynasty, I don't even know who their backup quarterback is. Like, who are they going to play at quarterback?
I had a question. You all think that game Monday night, do you think that would have been better than a LSU Ohio State game?
Man, yeah, I think so.
I
think the first half was shaping out to be a great game.
Yeah, and then
Clemson played Ohio State. Clemson won because Clemson was the better team.
That and just mistakes Ohio State made.
Yeah,
I
feel like that last interception.
Yeah, I feel like Ohio State deserved to be in the championship game more than Clemson because Clemson, they're.
I mean, all year everybody was saying we want LSU, Ohio State, but Clemson was the better team. Clemson was better than Ohio State. LSU was just so much better than everybody else.
I just wanted to see Chase Young in a national championship
and also,
game. That's all I wanted to see.
With LSU, they're losing Joe Brady too. Their passing game coordinator, if you did not know. So they're not going to be the same offense. So I don't think LSU is winning the title next year. Maybe not making the playoffs.
They'd be lucky to win 8 games next year.
This may be their last time.
That's a goal, but I feel like they'd be lucky to win 8 games.
I mean, they're definitely going to fall off, but 8 games, that's like Kentucky level, dude.
But speaking of Ohio State, do you think Urban Meyer made a big mistake in letting Joe Burrow walk?
I mean, hindsight, you can say that, but honestly, he had Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins threw for 50 touchdowns.
That's true.
That year that Joe Burrow walked and became the starting quarterback at LSU. So, you can't really say because you don't know what Joe Burrow would have done in that offense. Because you got to remember, last year Burrow wasn't that good. And then they got Joe Brady, and awesome.
And
Where's
Coach
Joe Brady
O-
going?
He's going to the Panthers as like an assistant.
And Coach O is just like, I don't know. I think he's a pretty good motivator.
I mean, yeah,
If you can
they
understand.
were all
it.
ripping on USC for not hiring Coach O, but Coach O was never regarded as a good coach until he got to LSU.
That's true.
So Joe Burrow elevated himself in his own draft stock. Like Joe Burrow, man, wow, probably best season ever.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think it's the best college football season ever by a player.
Yeah.
And what's that face?
I didn't know if y'all were finished.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, I feel like I hope his career is not ruined in Cincinnati. I feel
that's
like-
tough.
He could elevate their game from 2 wins to 3.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of scared for him, man. He could be labeled as a bust just because Cincinnati is so bad at everything.
That is true.
Like they only have like one good offensive weapon
To be
now, AJ
honest-
Green, and he's probably gonna leave.
Andy Dalton, like, I just don't think he's that bad. It's just like the rest of the like he has no offensive line at all.
Yeah, no
He's
offensive
like-
line.
That's
He's like a 2 seconds of like protection, and he has to either throw it away or just throw it downfield
Yeah.
or something.
But that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
And one more thing about
Zane Davenport to the attendance office. Zane Davenport to the attendance office.
one more pretty important thing about the game is that Odell Beckham Jr. was there, and he was on the sideline, hanging out because he used to be at LSU. But then at the end of the game, he gave a bunch of players cash, which they initially thought was fake, but it turns out
It was real.
from both second looking at like the tape and Joe Burrow going on a podcast and actually talking about it, the money was real
He gave each player about $5,000 real dollars,
in
which
cash.
it stirred up controversy to say the least.
He was just handing out wads of cash on camera.
I mean, I don't really see why is it illegal? Like, why can't he do that? He's just giving cash to random people.
Incentive.
Maybe he made bets with all of them.
but like
That would even be more illegal.
that's just
College
incentives
players
for
cannot
them to
make
come back.
cannot bet on their own sports games.
Well,
Right.
he can give it to Joe Burrow because he's graduated, but like all the other in-school athletes.
Well, they're all technically Sun School. It's a secondary, like, I can't remember what it's called. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, some illegal rule and
Pay to play.
Yeah.
Right. So technically, him giving them cash is basically an incentive.
well, like
You can
apparently
still
this has
say
been
that.
going on for years after the championship game because
Right.
a former Texas cornerback named Emmanuel Ocho said after they won the title in 2011, they were all getting like $1,000 of cash for getting an interception.
Right, but OBJ did that on camera. He
Yeah.
gave them a bunch of cash on camera.
Well,
Okay.
OBJ does a lot of dumb things
Yeah.
on camera.
He's
Like
he's
signing the
known
Browns.
Yeah.
he's known for the catch and being dumb.
I don't know. It's pretty crazy. And then one more thing is, I think I agree with a lot of people about LSU when they said LSU could be great if they just had a quarterback. Because there was one year when they had both OBJ and Jarvis Landry, who are both great wide receivers. And Joe Burrow just was able to come in to LSU, elevate the game, and be one of the best quarterbacks.
This
in
is the
college
first
history.
year in recent memories that I remember an LSU team that has a better offense than a
Yeah.
defense. Like
For real.
past 10 years have been dominated by just how good their defense.
I mean, their school nickname is DBU, like Defensive Back University,
Yeah.
because they get so many good defensive backs. And now, when they finally get the quarterback, it all evens out.
Exactly.
Right. And I think all in all, I feel like LSU deserved that win over Clemson.
Definitely.
Clemson's a great team. I'm glad they beat Alabama, the other year. But LSU is just amazing, and I think we'll stop talking about LSU right now. And that's it for us. That was national championship game. I hope you watched it. Hope you watch us. Subscribe, comment, like it.
Hit that bell.
Comment down below.
Haley Rains decided.
And with that, we're out.
Us.